Welcome to the Anodized Chef. I am Chef Steve, and today we're going to do something a little bit untraditional. We're doing a dessert for an episode today. We're going to do tiramisu, which is an Italian custard-like dessert, layered, traditionally layered like a cake. We put the lady fingers on the bottom, and then the custard goes on top, and then we dust it with cocoa powder, but we're going to do it in a wine glass, parfait style. Stick around, it's going to be amazing. Alright, so I know what you're going to say. Where the hell were you on Valentine's Day? Because this dessert is going to be one sexy dessert. And we're going to get right into it. There's a few different layers that we're going to work. We'll get into each layer one at a time, and we'll build them, and then we'll build them right into the glasses together. It's going to be awesome. Alright, so the first step that we want to do has 5 ingredients. The main ingredient in tiramisu, or tiramisu as some people call it, is mascarpone cheese. Now it's a cream cheese, but it's like an Italian cream cheese. It's a lot more. It has a lot more of a buttery flavor than a traditional style cream cheese does, and it's really the staple ingredient in the tiramisu that you want to use. So we've got 1 8-ounce container of mascarpone cheese, and I really wouldn't substitute that there. I mean, you probably could get away with using regular cream cheese, but I don't know that I would. So we're going to go ahead and empty this little container out completely right into this bowl here, and then we're going to add our other ingredients too. I have about 2 ounces of brandy. I'm going to add right into that cream cheese as well. I have about 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar. I got powdered sugar. I have about 1/2 cup of sifted cocoa powder. And I have 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Now we're going to put all of this in one bowl, and we're going to mix it. And we're going to bring it to what's called soft peaks. And what that is it's like if you were to take it and it looks like you're folding ribbons into it as you're folding. You'll be able to see. I'll show you when we get to that point. You'll know what it looks like. But I think we've talked about it before on one of the other episodes. But let me get the mixer going here, and when we're done, we'll talk about the next step. I'm just going to take that rubber spatula that we have there, and I just want to scrape the sides down a little bit so we get some of that cocoa that's kind of clinging to the side. Get that mixed right in. Run this one more time through. Alright, see how it's forming the little ribbons inside the bowl? And that's what I'm talking about, the ribbons. That's a soft peak. That's where we want that to be. So we're going to stop there, and then we'll move right into the next section. Let me just rinse off the beater, and we'll get right back into it. Okay, so I'm just going to set my custard aside. That's all set, the one with the cocoa in it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to build the next layer, which is really a basic whipped cream. I've got 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, and I've got it chilled too. It's always important to have it chilled because it whips up a lot better, I find. So I've got that 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. I've got about 2 teaspoons of powdered sugar. We'll throw that in there. And then I've got some pure vanilla extract, and we'll add about a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to beat this into a soft piece. Now we don't have to whip it to the point of whipped cream where you can take it on a spoon and shake it and it doesn't fall off. Those are called stiff peaks. We just want soft peaks because again, this is supposed to be a very light custard. So I'll show you again. It'll look similar to this when we stop. You'll know what I'm talking about. So you notice those ribbons that we were talking about, almost the same as the custard. Now it took a little bit longer to do the cream because there wasn't any dense ingredients in it like the mascarpone did. That's why the mascarpone came up nice and quick, is because we already had that in there that helped to bring it together a lot quicker because it was a dense product. So we had to beat that cream up a little bit more. And a couple other things. You notice as I was doing it, I was spinning the bowl a little bit, and what that does too is it helps to get the air in there, and that's really what it is. When you whip it up, you're actually forcing air into the cream, and that increases the volume, and that's what makes whipped cream. But when I turn the bowl like that, I'm actually covering more of the surface area of the cream, and that helps to get it to whip up a little bit faster as well. Another trick of the trade too is to keep it in to keep the bowl chilled. If you put the bowl in the fridge or even the freezer, and you start in a really cold bowl, that will help that come up a lot quicker as well. So we've got these two components ready to go. One of the things I wanted to talk, and now we're going to get into actually building it, but I wanted to talk a little bit about, I made the joke about Valentine's Day earlier, but the reality is you can make any day Valentine's Day. You do this as a surprise, you know, for your sweetie. At the end of the day, it's going to be amazing. They're going to really, you're going to put them over the top. You know, if they say, oh, I'll get dinner, you say, okay, you get dinner, but then you go and you do something like this. Holy smokes. So let's go ahead now. I'm going to start, we'll go through one at a time, we'll start building what this is going to look like here. So I've got, I'm going to take my champagne glass, my wine glass here, and we're going to start with a little bit of Kahlua on the bottom, just like that. Nice dessert right here. Now these are lady fingers, and these are found in the bakery, and these actually are really soft because I got these fresh from the bakery. But you can get the convenient store-bought ones. You'll find them in the Italian section usually of when they have all the countries broken out in the aisles. You'll find these in that aisle usually. Sometimes you'll find them in the cookie aisle too. These are called lady fingers. So I'm going to put 3 cookies on the bottom, just on top of that Kahlua there. Then, let's see, I'm going to make one of these guys. And we're going to put some of this beautiful custard right in there. And what I like to do is just kind of spread it around so you can see it. But don't push too hard because you don't want the cookies to get immersed in that Kahlua just yet. You want to have that be kind of a little surprise at the end. So, see how I'm just kind of spreading it around with the spoon from the inside. And just covering the inside of the glass a little bit too. And we'll stop with that. Then we'll get another spoon. And we'll put some of the soft whipped cream in there. Nice little dollops. Spread that around. And then the last thing, well, we got a couple more things to do here. I'm going to put some of this, and this is cocoa, and a little extra cocoa that I had on the side. What I'm doing is I'm putting it in a little shaker, so like this, just kind of tap it, so the cocoa is falling right on top of the parfait. And I would do it maybe over a plate or over a cutting board like I'm doing it here, just so you don't make a mess when it misses the glass, because you will tend to miss the glass. See, I got a little rim around the edge there. Okay, so then now we're going to take a couple more lady fingers. Put them like that. And then my final ingredient is I shaved up some chocolate ahead. And all I did was I took some bittersweet chocolate and I ran a peeler over it. And you could do little twists with the peeler. Just put that chocolate right on top. There it is. Now, when you have a dessert that's this sexy, what wine would you really expect to serve with it? Well, we talked about it and we said, well, you know what? With this Kahlua on the bottom, I would really suggest probably just a shot of Kahlua. But I think what would ideally go with a dessert like this would be maybe a cup of espresso at the end of the day, or some sort of an aperitif at the end of the meal. Maybe a really sweet liqueur or something along those lines. But I'm going to go ahead and throw that shot of Kahlua back if you don't mind. But this is the tiramisu parfait, and again we did the Kahlua on the bottom, the lady fingers, the layered mascarpone mixed with the cocoa. Then we did whipped cream, and then we just dusted it with some cocoa powder on top and some fresh shaved chocolate. And I used the bittersweet chocolate, but you can use whatever kind you want. Put some lady fingers on the top there for sexiness. I want to thank you for joining us in our magic, madness, and mayhem. We'll see you next time.
Flames and rise so high in your inferno self-inflicted